I'm Liv, your chronically online host, and every day we talk about life, relationships, internet chaos, bad decisions, awkward moments, and all the things that spiral way faster than they should. I meant to vent to my best friend. I did not mean to broadcast a passive-aggressive roast to the entire company. This escalated quickly. Picture an open-plan office, headphones, a suspiciously healthy ficus, and someone who treats cologne like a public announcement. I had a deadline and one tired thumb. Dangerous combo. There's this coworker. For fun, we'll call them Desk Perfume. Friendly, loud on Slack, and forever sniffing around other people's lunches. I texted my friend privately, "Please stop announcing your cologne like it's a second calendar invite." And then the universe and my thumb conspired. I hit send! The tiny triumphant ding. I stared at the sent message like it might unsend itself. Spoiler, it didn't. My first 7 seconds were pure chaos. No dignified apology. Just frantic drafts and me typing, no, into notes like that was a solution. Then the notification started, like a tiny avalanche. The first ping, a laughing emoji from someone I barely knew. Then a GIF. A cat dramatically covering its face. Of course. Another GIF, another. My phone turned into a tiny chaos machine. Great. And suddenly it wasn't just humiliation. It was entertainment. 60 seconds. Done. Someone forwarded my message with a little comment. Relevant. You know that micro smile energy in text? That one. Then screenshots popped into Slack, private DMs, and a mysterious shared doc titled, Why We Need Better Lunch Policies. At some point, a coworker actually made a sinking ship meme using my face from the holiday photo. It should be flattering that I'm iconic now, but it's not. Then Desk Perfume replied in the thread with an oddly polite, interesting feedback, thanks, which reads as both hurt and confused. I got a DM that said, "Is this about my cologne? If so, sorry." And I thought, oh no, I sparked a fragrance intervention. HR emailed, that neutral corporate tone that somehow feels like being gently interrogated by a very calm robot. I opened it and breathed out a long, slow. Also, the boss replied to the thread with a single ambiguous emoji. No words, just an emoji that could mean compassion, confusion, or a plotting mood. We spent an entire afternoon assigning it a backstory. My mind drafted an apology speech like it was an awards acceptance. I practiced, "I'm sorry for the message and any offense caused." It sounded professional and forgettable, like decaf coffee at a party. So I tried something different. No PR speak, no script. I walked into the communal area and blurted, "Hey, I messed up. That message was meant for a friend. I'm sorry." My voice cracked like it was auditioning for background music. And then, unbelievably, people clapped. A spontaneous mini round of applause. It felt ridiculous and also kind of human, like we all collectively exhaled and decided to move on together. Oddly, being the office villain came with social perks. Someone slid into my DMs with career advice. Another coworker offered to cover my shift. Someone else brought me a muffin. Carbs as diplomacy. It's weird how shared embarrassment builds bridges. Hot take? Digital mistakes feel permanent because they blow up fast, but the human follow-up usually fixes more than you'd expect. Saying sorry in person reminded people I was a person, not a headline. Confession. I still cringe when I pass Desk Perfume in the hallway, but now we exchange a look that says, "We survived the cologne incident." We even joke about it sometimes. That's the weird silver lining, an awkward story that makes work feel more like a sitcom with snacks. So the takeaway, besides don't trust tired thumbs, is apologize sincerely, show up human, and maybe brace for an emoji from your boss that will haunt you forever. Also, muffins fix a lot. Not everything, but a lot. If this episode made you giggle or cringe in solidarity, do me a favor. Leave a review and tell me your worst reply all or group text disaster. One sentence, anonymous if you want. I read them and your story might show up on the show. Anonymized. If today's episode made you laugh or feel slightly better about your own life choices, then my job here is officially done. Stay chaotic. Love, live.